Patiently listen to what she has to say. Sometimes what they have to say is nonsense.
So I'm
but
making nonsense.
but
Hey, God.
just nod your head and say, ah, yes. And sometimes if you don't say anything about it, it's also a problem.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Shomole Blessing, and together with my husband, we'll be sharing on
Navigating conflict as newly wedded, focusing on our own experience. So we urge you to
sit back, relax, and we'll be right back.
welcome back. In this video, we'll be sharing with you few points that helped us navigate conflict as newly wedded couple. Firstly, intentionally building a territorial bond. When we got married newly, people suggested to us to go ahead and move into a bigger place, having rooms. But I realized that since my wife just joined me and we got married immediately, we don't have that bond yet. I need to understand my wife, she need to understand me. So now us moving to a new apartment with rooms,
A bigger space.
because my wife once told me that she wants us to have different rooms so that when we have a little challenge, we just go to our room and lock ourselves.
It's me that said
So
it.
that thing has been in my mind, that sunk into my brain. I say, no, this will not happen.
Are you sure I said this
We
thing?
must know each other first.
Okay.
So in doing that, I discovered that if I was thinking in my head, if we now move to a bigger place, this might happen. This statement she made. So I said, no, we have to remain where we are, so that if anything happens, we'll still be looking at ourselves eyeball to eyeball to settle it. While we sleep, we can be touching each other. You understand? So that the matter can
easily die off or resolve.
die off or be resolved. Secondly, placing public value on your couple. What I mean by that is, sometimes when we're newly wedded, when we go out, there are people that will come to suggest some things to me concerning my wife. For example, somebody can walk up to you and say, your wife is wearing high shoe. I feel like to go and tell her to stop wearing high shoe. You feel like to go and tell her after telling me. So I confronted that person. I said, don't try that, because I needed to make that person understand that you can talk to me anyhow, but when it comes to my wife, don't try it. Place value on your wife, even in the public. Don't allow people talk to her, even to your man. Don't allow people talk to him anyhow in public. There should be a respect, a honor for your wife. And thirdly, be patient. Patiently listen. When we're newly wedded, there are many things I don't know how to do. When I come back from, I just want to sleep. But I discovered that is the time my wife has something to say. She wants to just tell me something. You see, sometimes she will be very serious. Today you are not sleeping. And I realize I have to be patient. No matter how tired I am, I just have to be, I'm hearing you. He said, open your eyes. Am I hearing with my eyes? I'm not hearing with I'm hearing with my ears. Say, open your eyes, I want to see your eyes. Sometimes I'll turn my face like this. She will turn it back and say, this is how it's supposed to be. So patiently listen to what she has to say. Sometimes what they have to say is nonsense.
So I'm making nonsense.
But just nod your head and say, ah, yes. And sometimes if you don't say anything about it, it's also a problem. So you have to create that avenue where you always have something to contribute to the matter when she brings it to the table. And I realized that most of the things my wife will always tell me at that time are reasonable. They are things that matters at that time. And my response is also needed. If I had gone to sleep or without patience, I just rebuked her. Just stay one side. I don't want to hear. Let me rest. I won't get some results that we see as newly wedded couple.
Yeah, and also effective communication is very important, because as couple, as newlywed, you can only understand your partner when both of you engage in communication.
Yeah.
Let's say, for instance, that there is something hurting you on the inside. You have to vent out, you have to say it out for your partner to understand that this is hurting you.
Yeah.
Maybe you are this kind of person that like organizing your things the way you want it to be. You organize things in the house, and this is the way you are comfortable with it, and your partner is the one scattering the
Yeah,
property,
that is true because
scattering the things. If you keep quiet about it, your partner will keep doing
yeah,
that.
it is good to talk about matters. For example, I used to when I come out from the bathroom, I'll just throw my towel anyhow, throw it somewhere. But my wife doesn't like that. She wants to put the towel in a place where the thing will get dry easily and just neatly. But I I have to succumb to such.
And that was because I spoke up.
Yes, you spoke
I
up.
told him about it. I told him, see, you need to be arranging. And anytime he does that, I frown my face. I make him understand I don't like this. And if I'm not that vocal, or if I don't vent out that hurt or that emotion, it will end up creating some building up some things in my heart. It will be building up
Yeah,
some kind of resentment. This thing happens little by little. Conflict in marriage doesn't happen like in a twinkle of an eye.
it is
It's
building.
gradually is growing, and before you know it, it will burst out, and your partner will be wondering since when, like how just this little thing is making you angry this way, without him knowing or without her knowing that it's been a long time he or she has been enduring. So communication, effective communication, is really important in this thing
And
called marriage.
in same communication, there has to be understanding. You
Yeah.
guys have to come to a point of reasoning,
Hmm.
a point where you both agree. Yes, this is how it is supposed to be. So sometimes it could be in the area of trying to correct the other person.
Hmm.
It has to be done in a more communicable way. Like you don't need to high your voice. There is a
Yeah,
way.
raise your voice,
Yeah,
raising of voice.
you have to
Like
just
my husband here, he doesn't like anyone raising their voice on him. He doesn't, if you want to correct him, he will listen. He can do anything for you based on the fact that you quietly, gently correct him on that. That's the
yes.
only way he can listen to you. But if you now raise your voice and you are trying to do graga for
We'll
him,
do it gara gara way now. We'll do it gara
he won't
gara way.
listen.
And the Bible said the man is the head. The
Yeah.
man is the head of the woman.
So gentle correction. If you want to correct your partner, lower your voice, call them in the quiet, and let them know what you have to say. Pour out your mind to them quietly and respectfully.
Yeah.
This is the only way they can listen.
And that is why I see that nobody can also correct your partner in public with high voice or with their own anger intentions.
Yeah.
So you have to make sure that is
Draw that boundary.
I don't have challenge with my wife. There is no conflict. We are living happily, peaceful. I have a friend at home. My wife is my best friend. She's the one I can share my secret with.
Yeah, another point I want to give here is the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit has been the one helping us in this marriage. To be sincere with you, the Holy Spirit has been the one helping us in this marriage. Right from the time we're in our long distance relationship, the Holy Spirit has been the one helping. Imagine when you are offended by what your partner had done or hurt that has maybe occurred as a result of something that happened in the house, in the home. The Holy Spirit is there to convict you, even when you don't want to mellow down, or when you don't want to humble yourself to correct that error. Maybe inside your mind you're feeling like, is my partner that's supposed to apologize to
Come
me,
and say
or
sorry
yeah,
first.
or say sorry first, or you just are struggling with yourself to do the right thing. You see that the Holy Spirit is directing you, especially when you have a good relationship with the Spirit of God, because you can only listen to the Spirit of God when you have a relationship with Him. So you mellow down because the Spirit of God is convicting your heart, and this is the only way your marriage can work, and you can be able to overcome conflict in marriage.
And my love, you know, when let's say there is already a conflict, you know, the more you don't settle it
It's piling up.
the more it is expanding. So time also, Now, if you have a challenge with your partner, it is good you immediately settle it. Now, this is where the second point I made, or the first point I made, build purposely or intentionally
Intentionally.
building territorial bond. This is where it comes in, concerning the apartment. Imagine we are now living in
A bigger
big house
space.
where you have your room, I have my room, which I cannot allow. Now, and then there is a conflict. You now go into your room and be alone and lock it. It will take time for that conflict to
To
heal.
heal.
So, but when you are in this room is our room, you enter. Even if maybe you have a big apartment that has rooms, just purposely lock other rooms, because very soon a baby will come. It is the bond that we build when we are together
That can sustain.
that baby will come and see and follow. You will see the bond of the mother
Mother
and the
and
father
father.
and just begin to follow. That bond also will attach the baby. So that is how it works. But if you now, as the more the thing lingers, the more the thing is expanding. So the earlier the better. The more, that is why I say, if I just sense that there is something, I have to deal with it quickly.
Yeah.
So very, very important. So these are the few points
We
I
have
want
to share with you today. There are a lot of ways to resolve conflict
this
in
is our
marriages, but this is our experience.
experience.
We are talking from the heart. We are newlywed, and so far in this marriage, this is something that has been helping us navigate the conflict that comes once in a while in marriage. So we do really hope you got something from this video, and we would love to encourage you, if you are blessed by this video, do not forget to give it a thumbs
Thumbs
up.
up.
Yeah, subscribe to this YouTube channel
Share your
and
comment. Share
click on
your
the
subjection,
notification bell.
objections. If you have any questions, please let us know. We'll be glad that you are saying something to us that we can do. The Lord bless you and keep you. Thank you so much for listening and for watching.
Yeah, we hope to talk to you soon.
Yes. Bye-bye.
Bye.